What's up, YouTube? Robert the Monster Among Marks Drap here, and I'm back again with my good friend and tag team partner, the heavy metal hippie, Sierra. How we doing tonight?
I'm doing awesome.
We get to talk about our precious Wrestle Boys.
My babies.
I gotta say this show, for me, was amazing because, as some of you may or may not know, yours truly hails from the great Lone Star State, and we did get a premiere last night of a Texas native. He's God, I completely blanked on the name here. Him and the other guy had a debut match. Keith Lee. Keith Lee is from West Texas, and he had his opening bout against Marcel Barthel. Now, here's the thing: Marcel Barthel is German. They make this evidently clear in his trunks and his gear. And one thing that a lot of people don't know about the great state of Texas, because we talk about our barbecue, beer, and guns a lot, is that we are a heavily German-influenced state. A lot of our things are German. So I wanted him to just snap back with a little bit of German at him, just to fuck with him. But he never did it. But anyway, we'll get to that match later as we start the show with Amber Nova versus Nikki Cross. What the shit?
Yeah.
Why is Nikki Cross still in NXT? Why?
It was a disappointing moment to see. I don't know why. I was so sure maybe they'll wait till like a superstar shakeup, but I was so sure she was coming home to SmackDown with her boys.
I know. I mean, Nikki Cross outside of Sanity doesn't work. Her gimmick is entirely based on being with them and being the female counterpart to the rest of their bullshit. And we don't get that. So, either way, first match of the night, Amber Nova versus Nikki Cross, which they bring up the fact that I forget if it was Percy or if it was Nigel that brings up the fact that Amber Nova is the daughter of a mechanic.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Amber Nova.
I'll give her some credit.
I'll give her credit.
She did okay in her debut squash match.
Yeah, just put some more clothes on her. Give her a little bit more meat on her bones. Good God, that poor thing could not survive any type of actual assault move.
Yeah, no. There was a lot of because it almost looked like she absolutely was a mechanic's daughter, in that the mechanic was a guy who goes out and works with his hands, and then she keeps going, "Hey, Dad, my car keeps making this funny noise. Can you fix it?" Instead of Dad going, "All right, girl, get your ass out here. We're gonna show you how to take apart this carburetor and rebuild it." So,
but we can't judge though.
We cannot. I mean, we could. It wouldn't be right of us, but we absolutely can judge, because I'm going to judge this match harshly. In that Nikki, in the very early going, didn't seem to have. I mean, it was very back and forth, which it shouldn't have been. Nikki's pedigree should have had this in the bag a lot quicker than it was. I feel like they've realized that the NXT crowds are okay with jobbers and will completely get on board with jobbers, but they want to let the jobbers have a little more offense than they probably should. In the end, Nikki picks up the win with that swinging fisherman's neckbreaker they are now calling the Purge. I really don't care what they call it. Nikki picking up the win is always a good thing. So
Yeah, but when are we going to see her on SmackDown Live?
Probably the 12th of fucking never. Why? Because,
I don't have time for that.
well, I'll tell you this. The soonest it possibly could be, in my head, would absolutely have to be after the Mae Young Classic. That's it.
Is she in it?
Nope.
What if she debuts at Evolution?
That would be fine. I would be okay with
But
that. Well, like
yeah,
I said,
'cause-
it has to be after the Mae Young Classic concludes. Because then they have all these women that may or may not have earned a contract with NXT, and then get to develop their characters, get to build into being superstars, and then go get ruined on the main roster.
Unfortunately, I feel that WWE is going to telegraph exactly when we're going to get Nikki Cross, because Sanity will end up coming in contact with a group with a female in it on SmackDown. Probably most likely Rusev Day and or Zelina Vega if they team up with a duo.
Well, and that's the problem, though, is the fact that it seems very, very likely, as we did say on our SmackDown review, that this is going to be that Aiden English is on the outs. Apparently, like, they are prepping for this, and they shouldn't. But
Oh God, no.
let's focus on the happy here, because we get a video package for Keith Lee. He invites us to bask in his glory, which I don't. Okay, I'm not the biggest. I'm not the biggest indie mark. I'm really not. I would go to Universal Studios Florida, find Full Sail University, find out if they're taping, and go just to see the guys that I know from watching week to week. Not, okay, they just picked up this guy, go see him because he's now in WWE. No, I don't care. I don't know you, for the most part. I think there was only like two guys that I knew before they came into. Oh, sorry. Yeah, two guys basically that came in. Undisputed Era. I knew them from, various chatter online. And God, who was the other one? Ricochet. That's who it was. It was like, I knew of Ricochet. I'd heard he was very talented. I'd seen a couple of his matches in various other programs. So it's like, okay, these guys, I know they're good. They have a good character. Let's see what they get when they get a little more room to play. And speaking of Ricochet, the one and only,
Got his ass whooped.
I thought, because the fucking visual that came in when the lights came down and they had that synth drop, I was like, okay, he's clowning on Adam Cole by wearing the Bebe shirt. All right, fine, good, go with it. I want to see you fuck with Adam Cole because he's usually the one to do it. And then I saw the North American Championship around his waist, and I'm like, oh no, that's fucking Adam Cole. He's been attacked in the back, and they just flop him down there on the rail, on the ramp, and let him lay there while our dear sweet boy Adam Cole says he's not a coward, doesn't hide behind anybody, stands tall, just keeps, talking shit at the unconscious Ricochet, and will mangle Ricochet in Brooklyn.
It'll be a good match. That's all that matters.
Yeah, this is gonna be that's gonna be one that I peg currently for. It's gonna come a close second for stealing the show.
Well, so it's so awesome to see, but yet so frustrating to see that NXT is constantly putting on all of these match of the year contenders, and honestly, how many of them are going to actually be on the list for match of the year contender compared to the main card, which has not been as great since WrestleMania? That's
going to be, oh god. I'm gonna need a new layout for the end of the year, because I'm pretty sure because for those of you who don't know, I put this together, this lovely little studio you're looking at right now in the background. And I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I welcome the challenge. Speaking of welcoming a challenge, and I'm going to completely skip over the Vanessa Bourne thing because fuck her, she's completely useless. Oh, you don't want to skip it, do you?
No, I'm okay with skipping the video package. I thought we were gonna skip the match entirely because I
Oh,
don't think we should skip that match.
no, I'm skipping over the Vanessa Bourne interview about
Yeah.
Tanari Conti, which kudos
Oh,
on
Tanari.
kudos on her for coming out and actually, like representing her homeland. I love it. We get Adrian Jude versus Cassius Ono, and I'm like, when Jude came out, I was like, okay, they got a new guy. They're gonna let him have a jobber or something, and they're gonna build him up because he's got muscles. He's coming out wearing a gi and a black belt, and I'm on board with this guy now.
Hold up, this match in particular has was just so good in so many different ways
Oh,
because you are introducing this new guy, and hopefully we do see stuff from him because he put on an impressive little match. And then Cassius Ono coming out with that new fire, and it's just like, yes, this is Cassius Ono. This is Chris Hero. Give me just.
I loved his like I wanted to see him because it looks like they may be turning heel. They may be starting it, and
do it.
you might be okay with that, but I'm not 100% because I like good guy Cassius Ono. I really do like face. I like good guy Cassius Ono, but I wanted to see him like reach down, pick the guy up, shake his hand. That would have been for me. Okay, fine. But it looked like he stood there jaw-jacking him for a second like he was about to ready to beat the shit out of him. And it was like, dude, if you're going to do it, don't just jaw-jack him. Get at it. Show you're a heel. Turn into it, Lean hard and beat the fuck out of this guy. Fine. I'm okay with that.
No heel turn is going to be... Oh, I just realized my window's open. I can hear that. No heel turn is going to be complete against a jobber. You need to have a feud build up. Look,
yeah, you're right.
But it's Cassius freaking Ono. He hasn't gotten a proper push since he came back.
Well, I'm not arguing with you on that one. It very much looks like they're setting up a little bit of a dynamic shift for some of the other things that are coming in. Impressive spot. There was a couple of impressive like deadlifts by.
Oh my god!
By Jude of Cassius Ono, and there's one point where Cassius is looking like, really, dude, are you trying to lift me? And then he fucking does it.
That first one was very comical.
It was like, okay, no, you're fucking with me, and then he did it, and it should have surprised the fuck out of Cassius Ono, and it did because Cassius Ono's a big guy, and this guy's supposedly capoeira. Like he's been trained in capoeira, which is a Brazilian dance fighting. And I'm like, all right, okay. Just
my biology teacher used to do capoeira.
Oh, that had to be fun. It's like, for me, it's like, oh God, what was that fighting game with Eddie? I want to say Tekken.
Oh my God.
Eddie was my capoeira introduction.
Oh, okay. Let's move on.
Yeah. Next we get a I want to call it a video package, but I don't think that it is, in that it was EC3 and Velveteen Dream by a pool. I thought this was going to be straight up like Velveteen creeping on EC3, EC3 not being complete, being the stereotypical heteronormative kind of guy, like, no, I'm not on board with this, and Dream's like, no, you don't even get me, I'm not even on that, and then, they get a playful tag team going, of heels going. But that's completely the wrong direction that they went. They went the other way.
I freaking love this. By the end of this package, I immediately started thinking about those old buddy cop films where it was just full of banter, because that's what I wanted to see.
Like I said,
at the end of this, I mean,
completely
the verbal.
I would be completely on board with them as a heel tag team duo. It would work fucking perfectly. But in the end,
we don't need. I mean, we don't need any more tag teams.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
We have tag teams that we still need to build up.
Yeah. Speaking of tag teams,
they're in there somewhere.
We're gonna get to that part. Basically, it's gonna be Velveteen Dream versus EC3 at Brooklyn 4. I'm okay with this. I am 100% okay with this.
Another potential match of the year candidate. That match will burn the place down.
Like I said, then again, the main event of Brooklyn 4 right now, as it stands, is going to be scary good.
It stands before we talk about the main event, or after we talk about the main event, or as it stands when I break this news?
I was gonna say aren't we doing that now? Because we're kind of on the hot.
I'm going to do that. I want to do that at the end when we actually are talking about it, but I was just trying to figure out where at this point was, because I was at 3 at this points today.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, next we have Marcel Barthel, who is comically German.
Name.
Yeah, comically German in that he comes out in a black leather jacket, black trunks with the German flag on part of the front, and at one point when he stops one of Keith Lee's moves, he says 9. The German word for no. Personally, again, as I said earlier, I wanted to see Keith Lee just like throw something back at him in German. It doesn't even have to be anything fun, but nobody else in the audience probably would have understood what he was saying, except for maybe Barthel. It would have been great. But Keith Lee, oh my merciful jumping Jesus! He's 300 pounds doing fucking side flips and all these. I think it was Percy that said it best. He's 300 pounds and moves like a cruiserweight.
I feel like I've heard that before. Something
it was Lars
like
Sullivan.
A heavyweight, moves like a cruiserweight or something like that.
Yeah, but it's apt. It works. It's dead on. Gonna keep with it. Love it.
I'm gonna need to get used. I'm gonna need to warm up to Mr. Lee. I mean, it was a good match. I just didn't particularly latch onto the character. Like I said, as on the basis of character, I don't care enough about him because he's trying to be a babyface, and there were obviously enough indie marks in the crowd to carry the fact that whatever his gimmick was before. All right, fine. Don't care. Not my problem. Don't need to know. You're going to introduce me to you later. But you can't have that gimmick and be a face. The gimmick works so much better as a heel. Like being that cocky, arrogant, I know I'm so much better than you. But no. In the end, this was a good long match, actually, for an intro match. And it was Lee with a fireman carry into a jackhammer. It was really good. Next, we have the video package of the Street Profits talking about their match next week with the Mighty, a.k.a. TM61. Yeah, they're going to lose. Guaranteed. These are two teams that still... So, TM61, if you think about it, 2 years ago, they didn't win the Dusty Cup, the Classic, but they were like the runners-up.
Yeah, they lost to AOP.
And then they disappeared... And then they disappeared into nothingness in 2017, and now they're coming back and calling themselves the Mighty. The issue is that you've been away for so long that you do need the development up again. And the Street Profits, I just never... I mean, they're a cute act. I just never latched onto them. They could use... I mean, they both have great chemistry together, and they managed to take over the crowds. I just I don't think it's time for them either. I think they both, hopefully this develops into a feud and they both come out better in the end.
Well, I mean, 2017 was a bad year for TM61, both with injury and with the fact that the whole damn tag team division got overshadowed by the Revival, by AOP, by Undisputed Era. These were
Sanity.
Yeah, Sanity. I mean, they had too many heavyweights to really contend with. Not enough, what you might call normal weights or welterweights.
Well, and you say Undisputed Era, and they're not even heavyweights.
Well, I mean, their gimmick is heavyweight. It really is. It's not so much that they had their presence and their wrestling and technical ability and fan following from New Japan and Ring of Honor. That's heavyweight.
Yeah, you're right.
Next, we have Vanessa Bourne versus Tayanari Conti. Miss Conti coming out. God, I mean, like I said, I don't really know either one all that much. I do like that Vanessa Bourne got new graphics, new intro. That worked for me. Both of them are heels the last time I checked. But they really pushed Bourne as the bigger heel. So
they both were in the inaugural Mae Young Classic, which that actually began taping last night.
Ooh, I might have to. I might have to go to my Wrestle website to see if I can pick up the episode, because that's how I've been watching it.
The episodes aren't out yet. Episodes aren't out yet. They won't be out. So the finals of the Mae Young Classic take place at Evolution.
Cool.
So they are just doing some of the pre-qualifying matches, like they did 3 or 4, I think. There's spoilers attached to one of my notes.
I wouldn't.
I'm not spoilers. I'm not spoiling it. I have the ability to get to spoilers if I want to.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the internet, though. Anyway, next
week. Getting back to
we have Morrow putting out that these guys kind of consider themselves friends, and that they talk on Twitter, and that they've been buddy, and I'm like, I don't care about either one of these women enough to go fact check that. So,
well, and so we've seen a bit more of Vanessa Bourne since the Mae Young Classic, but really the last time we saw Conti was when she was doing that short little stint as Undisputed Era's female sidekick, but that was literally only for one taping.
Yeah. It didn't run out so well. They don't need a fourth. I think their thing is good enough on its own that it doesn't need anything else.
No, I'm not saying that. That was the last time I remember seeing her, is when Adam Cole pulled her out and said, "Go mess with this match."
Yeah. In the end, Conti gets. I mean, it very much looked like Bourne was going for that kind of octopus stretch rack from behind, that kind of like Aleister Black does, and Conti catches her off guard by going a different way with her arms, and then just kind of side slamming her into the mat. It was really sudden, and I expected that to be a false finish, and that's where she gets the pinfall victory. And it's like, what are you even doing? But she qualifies for the Mae Young Classic.
I hope she does well.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Next week we have we're going to be covering Tyler Bate versus Roderick Strong, as well as Kairi Sane versus Aaliyah. And then they mentioned that two-time UFC heavyweight Cain Velasquez is in the crowd, and I don't give a shit. Because
is he doing anything with the WWE?
No, but Brock is still doing his thing, so it counts.
Okay.
Main event, Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black. Oh my merciful Jesus, this was a damn good match.
Oh my God.
I loved it. I mean, it was heavy. It was a different style than I think that Johnny may have wanted to wrestle, but I think he wanted to prove a point in this one, in that he can throw hands, and that's what he wanted to do, and that's what he did. He threw a lot of strikes with Black, and I felt like it wasn't even barely starting. Like, this match never got out of second gear for me. And
No, so I disagree with that. I feel like this match was very well done, very well executed, really helped build up to TakeOver, because, and I hate to keep interrupting you.
No.
But did you notice, so in my personal opinion, I mean, just so Aleister's not a face, he's not a heel, but in this segment, he was just freaking mad.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, he enters, so, and in my opinion, he entered the ring with that murderous look in his eye that, honestly, I don't think I've seen since he won the NXT championship. It was kind of refreshing to see him in this match and remind me what made him a champion.
Yeah, I mean, he was super intense and very angry, and I loved it. His expression really sold that it wasn't just that Gargano said, I'm sorry, it was my fault. That Aleister Black was like, no, yeah, it was your fucking fault, and I'm going to make you pay for it. So.
Oh yeah, no, they set that up beautifully in last week's episode, and then the packages that they'd run throughout the episode, hyping up the match.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I mean, mere seconds into the match, they're on each other. But granted, just oh my gosh, I rewatched this match twice. These three men were meant to fight each other.
Oh yeah. And it kind of really, because speaking of third man, that's when, like I said, about midway through the match, Tommaso Ciampa decides he wants to come down there and fuck with this match, so he comes down there to mess with Johnny while he's he's got a mounted position on top of Aleister, goes to throw him out the ring. They all get into a big tussle, and I was like, this match, this triple threat is going to just light the world afire. This is what a triple threat match should be. Three really well-built, really well-established characters that all have murderous intent for one another. It's gonna be great.
Well, and so Mauro Ranallo described perfectly the whole storyline. This was Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano's feud, and they managed to drag Aleister Black into it. That is the whole basis of this feud, and yet I couldn't be happier with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's great, and you will make he quoted. I can't believe that Mauro quoted Nietzsche. That was great.
Oh yes,
just proving yet further why he is one of the best in the business. Fucking quoting Nietzsche, and it's like, no, that makes complete sense. Thank you, Mauro.
Well,
what else?
But to end this out, though, William Regal does say, I've had enough with this. It's time to put a stop to the madness. I'm going to let you guys fight each other. The NXT Championship match has now become a triple threat. This is the first time the NXT Championship will be defended in a triple threat. And it's really cool to see how it's all telegraphed at the end, because Johnny's got this huge big old grin on his face. Aleister looks like he's annoyed as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
And Ciampa is showing fear. Regal, as always, is truly doing what is best for business.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Triple H and Regal.
Yeah.
But, so this aired yesterday, and so I think I've been hearing rumblings for the last 2 or 3 days that Aleister Black was potentially going into surgery for a groin injury. So today, WWE announces, let me find my Alice. So WWE announced that the triple threat match that William Regal announced TV wise yesterday has become Johnny Gargano, a last man standing match with only Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, because Aleister Black was mysteriously attacked off camera at the Full Sail parking lot.
Yeah, I saw the video for that. And it's like, okay, there, and then I turned around and saw the last man standing announcement, and the graphic that they had was like a picture, both black and white, picture of Johnny, page torn, half picture of Tommaso Ciampa. It's like, that is powerful imagery, but damn it, that sucks.
Yeah, so I think if we believe the rumors that Aleister Black is out with a groin surgery, that the incident in the parking lot is going to be the angle they're going to take to get him out of this match. And it's actually very well done. If they can, if Regal can say the proper words, which he can, it will open up so many doors to who the suspects would be.
Yeah, I mean, it really is going to be an interesting angle for when he comes back. Let's see if I can do this new thing.
Well, but then I said, there's
new
multiple suspects. But, I mean, in the video, Johnny Gargano is seen walking out of the building as Regal walks in.
Yeah,
Undisputed Era was seen quickly driving away from the arena. Heavy Machinery was even seen sliding in, taking photos of Black while he was being down and tended to.
Yeah. Oh, check this out. I actually figured out how to do this. Boop! We're now on the 205 live screen. Whoa.
Wait, yay! There we are.
Yep. I had to fiddle with the numbers a little bit. I have a hotkey set up, and it took me a minute, but I got us to that. Got us to there. So yay awesome. Me for learning shit on the fly. Speaking of learning on the fly, God, all of this about Mustafa Ali and the medical scare. It's like, what? What did I miss in the 3 weeks I wasn't, in the 1 month that I wasn't watching wrestling because I didn't have to do a podcast?
So it's unknown what sent Mustafa Ali to the hospital. But whatever sent him to the hospital sure isn't keeping him out of action for 2 straight weeks.
Oh.
He's back tonight. So
yeah,
battle Hideo Itami.
That one, it was like, they showed a picture of him in a hospital bed with like sitting on a gurney with an IV sitting next to him, and he's kind of sitting up smiling, flashing the peace sign. He's like, and the caption was, "I always kick out at 2." I'm like, really? Really? This is what we're doing? Okay.
I get notifications when Mustafa Ali tweets. I was one of the first people to see that.
Yeah, and
I thought it was cute.
Oh yeah, no, you were happy with that, and I'm okay. I am completely okay with that. All right, let's see. We get the Drake Maverick. God, I love the fact that Drake Maverick just steps out and introduces the show. It's like he's not complicit in any of this. Like he's
narrating the show is just that was a very well chosen idea. DM the GM.
Yeah, it's like I'm not just on board with the fact that he's doing this, but the fact, like, okay, end of the show, because he does this very much shows his character not just as a person but as the character. Drake running out there to check on Mustafa Ali. It's like,
oh my
you
God.
You could hear him screaming, "Somebody do something! Somebody get out here! Do something! Do something! Do something! I'm right here! Don't worry! I got you! Grab my hand!" Like, wow! Yes, you are super good boy, cinnamon roll kind of GM. I'm okay with this.
Well, so I have a bit of an issue with that whole segment. We'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah, no, yeah, I wasn't happy. We're gonna have a discussion.
Yeah, we're gonna have a discussion.
So we've got like I said, Drake Maverick bringing us in, recapping Kalisto's win over Tony Nese and announcing that it's going to be Kalisto and Lince Dorado versus Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese.
Happy late birthday to Tony Nese. We share a birthday, August 6th. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah. Wow, I'm sorry. I couldn't care less about Tony Nese's birthday. Just because it's like, hey, I said Tony Nese's birthday. I didn't say anything about your birthday. Your birthday is awesome. Should be a national holiday.
Aww.
Anyway, so we have, I mean, I love the Lucha House Party. I do. Because all three of those guys are like super awesome, good wrestlers. It's like, please, keep doing what you do. Keep doing a good lucha thing. I know we don't bring that up, but fuck it. I did it.
Oh my god, are you the Percy Watson to my Nigel McGuinness?
I might have to be.
I'm kind of sick of seeing Lucha House Party every week.
I'm sorry. They're it's not so much that I love their gimmick. I think they're leaning a little too hard into the heritage angle, and that's a thing. It's like, okay, you can take it back a couple inches here, guys. But their talent is undeniable. Their in-ring chemistry with so many people is blatantly obvious. So I would want to keep seeing them do the lucha thing, not the out of the ring shit, the lucha thing.
Yeah, if I have to see what is it, Penelope Gulak ever again, I might just cut out my eyeballs.
Yeah, we're not doing that. But there was a point where Lindsay hit the golden rewind on both Nese and Buddy Murphy. It's a great movie.
Pretty finisher.
Oh yeah, it's like that is definitely how you end a match. Basically hitting them with a better stunner. Let's do this. But in the end, Tony Nese picks up the win with a roll up pinfall.
Handful of tights.
Yep, grabbing them tights.
Oh, it's so good to have your boys win.
Oh yeah.
I was very happy to hear Tony Nese's music blaring throughout the arena.
Yeah. So we've got Mustafa Ali. You know, we get the video package of Mustafa Ali, you know, recovering, and like Murphy coming to him is like, listen, the doc said you need to take it easy. Ali's like, dude, I did, and now I'm back. I'm okay. Murphy's still worried, and there goes my God, I want that thing to stop doing what it does, but it's not.
Wait, it's not Murphy, it's Maverick.
No, I'm sorry. My my notes I wrote wrong, and B, my thing threw me off. Otherwise, I would have caught that before I even said it. But Hideo Itami is working out backstage, cuts a complete Japanese promo. Just starts speaking in Japanese. I do not speak that language completely, so I have no idea what he said. And he ends it.
Couldn't keep up.
Yeah,
he could not keep up.
He ends it by saying, Mustafa Ali, you should have shown me respect. Fine. Good. Do that. Keep on it. I don't care.
And then...
Noam Dar! Noam Dar! Fucking... beautiful back. I'm glad he's back.
Oh, God. I love my little Scottish superstar.
Yes.
Supernova.
Yep. So he beats some other random jobber guy.
Sean, he is not just some random jobber guy. That is Sean Maluda. He was in the first Cruiserweight Classic, and he has jobbed many a time on NXT.
So he's
most recently Dakota Reeves.
So he's a job. Yeah, no, he's a jobber. Yeah, he's. I didn't say he was a bad jobber like the guy who came out there in Dallas in the fucking fake ass button up shirt, boots, and cowboy hat. That was fucking embarrassing. God.
Still bitter about that?
I am. I'm always going to be.
Oh.
Because that was the last real thing about 205 Live I currently could recall.
Well, thank God we're podcasting again, because I feel like a total nerd.
Oh, no. I just, like I said, I took a month off. I'm back to being the monster. Because sometimes to make the impact, the monster goes away for a little bit, makes the heroes think that they've won, then he comes back even stronger to destroy their souls. It's great.
Does that just mean I'm Igor then?
No.
Okay. As long as I'm not just a sidekick.
No, you could be like I could be the dragon, you could be the crazy like lich wizard thing that could kill everybody else too. It'll be great.
We're getting a little too real.
I'm sorry. Did you forget to mention to our fan base that you summoned you summoned demons to appease the Dark Lord or some shit?
No, not demons, and it's not a Dark Lord.
Oh shit. No. We're not having this on my good Christian podcast. I am not.
Oh, honey, I'm a pagan.
If there was a good Christian podcast, I don't even think I'd be running it. But anyway, moving on now. Noam Dar wins with the Supernova kick. It was good to see him back in the ring, even though they kind of leaned a little harder than I think they should have on the left knee thing, but that's fine. I don't care. We get a highlight reel of last week's show featuring Drake Maverick's run-in save of Cedric Alexander. He basically says he wants a piece of Jack Gallagher. Drew Gulak accepts on Gallagher's behalf, which I'm okay with.
Hold up, so I know I just said I was happy, like literally yesterday was telling you I was so happy that we got rid of the picket signs.
Oh yeah.
No, we got a podium this time. I'm not digging politician Gulak. Actually, no. I take it back. I love politician Gulak. Can't be angry with this angle.
Wow, what was that? 3 seconds? The quickest turnaround. The fucking swiftest.
I love a good heel.
Oh yeah, no, I can get on board with this. Anyway, we've got, and he Gulak reminds us all rather, that he is going to be facing Cedric Alexander at SummerSlam for the Cruiserweight Championship. So I can't wait to see that. We learn
again, if that's on the pre-show, I'm going to freaking riot.
Yeah. Again, get your pitchforks ready. Next week, we're going to get Akira Tozawa versus Lio Rush. I'm completely okay with this. Hideo Itami. Oh, my God. Okay. First part that really, really scared me was when he, drop kicks. They're both on the apron, and Hideo Itami, drop kicked Cedric Alexander into the ring post. That looked rough. That looked hard.
Well, okay, so remember how I said I had some issues with this match?
Go for it.
So, looking back through my notes, I just didn't like the particular way the match ended. It's more of the acting thing.
Well, I mean,
if you go throughout the match, Ali got winded very quickly throughout this match. Shows signs of fatigue and lightheadedness. He's holding his back throughout the match, and it goes into his hospital visit. We assume it's about his back.
I was very much leaning into the thought process that he has some deep concussion that really shows that he may not have been able to he wasn't fully healed yet.
Okay,
I'm okay with that.
I'm just gonna jump right into it. That frickin' ref so he asked him, do you know what year it is? Ali kept saying 2018, 2018, it's 2018. And so when DM the GM gets in the ring, The ref goes, he doesn't know what year it is.
No, 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 no,
Nah,
no,
dude, it's 2018.
I heard him. I heard the way I heard it when I watched it was not so much that he didn't know what year it was. The ref looks at him because the first question he asked was, "Do you know where we are?" You could not hear Mustafa's answer before he laid back down. And then the ref asked, "Do you know what year it is?" And that's when he kept repeating 2018. And then when DM the GM comes down, he says he doesn't know where we are right now.
Okay, but they literally are in 365 different towns every year.
Well, no.
300 towns every year.
Hang on. They're not in 300 towns every year. They're in 52 because they're in a different town every week.
Okay, but...
Because they got to follow SmackDown.
Live shows.
Same town.
No. The live shows come to Fairfax, Virginia, but I've never seen a Monday Night Raw in Fairfax, Virginia.
I guess it's just because I live near Houston that I've never noticed.
Okay, so but like when NXT did their live show, that wasn't televised.
They were in Houston.
Exactly. That wasn't a televised show. So that's an extra match that everybody had to wrestle.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm agreeing with you.
I mean, you have to. I mean, yeah.
Let's get back to the match because we did not. We just kind of skipped the end of the match where Hideo Itami just got really fucking brutal and Mustafa
3 shotgun drop kicks.
Yeah, he mounts the top rope like he's gonna do the 054. I'm okay with this. He wobbles a bit and kind of half falls, and Hideo hits the ropes to knock him over.
That's where things become not okay.
And this is where, like earlier in the match, and I still don't know what caused it, but Hideo was bleeding.
Yeah, somebody got a lucky shot to the face.
That and
Ali.
That and the fucking the other spot that was really rough that I really wanted to talk about was the super kick to the back of the head. Why they decided that move was between them, that they decided, okay, we're okay with doing this move. I'm not on board with that. You guys should not be doing that. The front of the face, okay, fine. You wanna fake the super kick to the face? I'm on board with it. Go for it. Tried and true, okay. Not the back of the head, guys. That one, he had to put it in there. I don't care how little you put it in there. The fact that he put it in there, that's not safe. Yeah. And then we get, at the end, Hideo Itami, because Mustafa Ali is in the Tree of Woe, hits 3 shotgun drop kicks and then pins him for the win. It's like, oh.
Okay, but what about when Hideo Itami blasted Ali into the ring post?
Oh yeah, like I said, that was my first cringe spot. That was rough. You don't do that, please, guys. The fucking he goes for that mid rope roll through X Factor, and the first time he just gets fucking blasted.
Oh my god!
Just like, bam, done.
I've never been so upset to see my favorite move. Not that came off wrong. I love that freaking X Factor. That's such a pretty move to see, and I've never seen him get destroyed like that. I don't want to see that again. Oh yeah, no. That was just like, you got wrecked. It's like you got to counter for it now, though. It's like you have shown the weakness.
My
poor babies.
A really good spot was the outside, like where he gets up on the top rope and the mid rope, and then does the tornado DDT to the floor. Mustafa did to Hideo Itami, and then basically fucking drags him back into the ring. It was great. Yeah.
But oh, my poor Mustafa.
Yeah, so that was 205 Live and NXT. Again, I'm really like, you don't really need to sell me hard on NXT, because NXT is amazing. So I love them and will always love them. So selling me on NXT is really super easy. So I can't wait.
I'll make a cruiserweight man out of you yet.
But yeah, 205 is a little more on the rough side for me to go ahead and love as unconditionally as you do.
I've been there since day one.
Oh no, yeah, you've absolutely earned all the kudos that you have, and I'm okay with that. But let's see. I want to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share all those wonderful things down below. Hit the bell for the notifications. As I said last time, but I did get cut off, apparently. We're only going to be doing the wrestling reviews here on this channel for a very kind of a limited window until you guys know that, hey, Rob's doing wrestling reviews with his buddy Sierra, and they're going to get their own channel. We're still kind of coming down on the name. I'm still going with the Monsters in the Mosh Pit for our podcast name and the channel name, but we're gonna work on that and, you know, kind of get everything in its proper place. Please tune in on Friday. We're gonna try and do some news and rumors and talk wrestling shit that we want to talk about. And I think this Sunday is the SummerSlam pay-per-view, isn't it? Is it this Sunday or next Sunday? Because I think it might be.
No, I think we still have a week.
Oh, so it is next week. Okay.
I think it's next week. I think it's the 19th.
Okay, well, if it is the 19th,
yeah, it's the 19th.
Okay,
it's
well
the 19th.
then we'll do the preview predictions on the Friday before, on next week, and we'll talk about, you know, wrestling news and rumors. Sorry, I hit my microphone. We'll kind of go through all that fun stuff.
Still hear that?
I'm sorry.
It was weird.
I would not be surprised if I'm lagging, because
we've been lagging the entire show.
Really? Because
the audio, the video has.
Okay, on the stream, we're a little behind because I set a delay. I didn't. I wanted to give you guys out there the smoothest viewing possible, because yesterday I went back and I kind of watched a little bit of the video, and I realized that we were both still statues for like 90% of that show. So
I'm sure they were both very unflattering little portraits too.
Oh yeah, no, it like there was nothing there. So I set a delay and I kind of backed off on the frame rate on the computer here. So we're getting 30 FPS, which I know is an offense to many PC master race, but fuck you guys, I don't care. I know. I'm gonna get the hot takes from the monster and the monster among marks. He doesn't care about your 60, 80 FPS because he doesn't have a rig that can do that. So he doesn't care. But I do care about all you guys. I want to thank you all for watching. Again, please check us out. We're gonna be back on Friday to talk news and rumors. I'm going to see if maybe we can get some other people in here. And we're going to be strict kind of the same time Friday, because we can do that. So we